Greetings, fellow investigators, and welcome to our video podcast, Into the Darkness, where my friends and I play the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. I'm your host, Tom Rayleigh. Our scenario is a one-shot, and we have given it the title, The Cost of Happiness. The original title will appear in the credits. It was written by Matt Ryan and Noah Lloyd, and it's available from the Reckoning of the Dead website. Our game master is Zane Fleming, and this is version 1. So without any further delay, let's begin our journey into the darkness. Zane?
Thank you very much, Tom. So, it's been a few weeks now since your wife went missing. All of your wives have recently just disappeared without a trace. You haven't heard anything. There's been no signs of none of their clothes or anything have gone missing. None of their friends know where they've gone or anything like that. So after a few days, you started to really panic and contacted the police. And they said it was only after 10 days that they would really start to really worry. 10 days passed and they finally started doing something. So in total now, it's been about 3 weeks. About a week ago, the federal agency released the description of your wife nationwide. And you got a phone call from a sergeant in the Navajo Nation Police Department by the name of Detective Joe Kincaid. And he has informed you that a body has been found in the desert that matches some of the description of your wife. And that could you please come to the Northern Navajo Medical Center / Police Department on the Navajo Nation and identify the body. So obviously all of you dropped what you were doing and caught the first train, bus, drove, plane, whatever you possibly could to get Navajo Nation. So you guys all arrive in Shiprock quite late on a Friday night. The conditions are, it's quite a chilly night. The stars are out. Obviously you're in the Navajo Nation, so there's no light pollution. The building is nothing like the local hospitals that any of you are used to. It's a single-story building that definitely looks like it's in need of repairs. There's bare light bulbs hanging from the ceiling. The paint is chipped and peeling. The waiting room is crowded with sick people, and there's a few people that are handcuffed to a couple of benches and stuff like that. The staff are pretty overwhelmed. When you first came in, you gave your name and they let you know that someone would be with you in a moment. As you were coming into the reservation, you did notice that like a lot of the houses in the area and stuff were quite run down, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of electricity or running water in a lot of the homes. Like it's very not what you guys are used to coming from these big cities. And you can't think for any reason why your wife would have turned up here. And since the detectives said that there was a body, you're all hoping beyond hope that this is not your wife. You said that some of the descriptions match, but obviously all of you really hope that when you go in to identify this body, it's not going to be your wife. After a few moments, an officer has come through and taken you through to a room with a table and 2 chairs, and they've just asked you to wait here for a few moments, and then someone will come and speak with you, one of the detectives. So Jerry, you've been waiting in there for about maybe 10 minutes, and after a little while, one of the police officers comes in. He's quite tall. He's got dark features and long hair, which he's tied in a ponytail. He's got his tie and his sleeves rolled. He looks quite tired, looks like he's been doing some pretty hard work. It's getting to kind of just coming up to almost 11 o'clock at night now, so it's pretty late. But he sits down and he says, "Thank you so much for waiting, Mr. O'Brien, was it?"
Yes, officer, Mr. O'Brien. It was no problem waiting. Anything to get an answer. I of course am hoping it's not the answer I fear.
Of course. Well, look, I do have a few questions for you, and then we'll. I'm Officer Kincaid, by the way. I'm heading this case. Look, I'll ask you a few questions, and then we'll take you through to down to the morgue. It's in the basement. and we'll get you to see whether or not the body is in fact your wife. As you say, we hope for your sake that it's not, but we've got to follow procedure. So my first question for you, Mr. O'Brien, is could you please confirm your wife's name, age, and occupation?
It's Lisa O'Brien. She's 35. We've been married 10 years, and she's works at the bar that we own.
Okay.
She's kind of a waitress. I mean, she's very beautiful, and she makes good tips.
Of course. Now, can you please describe your wife's appearance for me? Go into as much detail as you can. That will really help the case.
Oh, yeah. Well, she was much shorter than me. She was almost a foot shorter, about 5'4".
Okay.
Although in hills, she could get up to 5'6" and all. But very very slender, and she had beautiful red hair that came down to her shoulder, and just green eyes. I mean, that's what grabbed my attention right off the bat.
Mm.
But she did have a tattoo on her rib cage. It was of a robin. The robin redbreast went with her red hair and
right.
everything. And she had a scar on her left hip that she got when she was a child. She was she got in a bicycle accident, and she got a pretty nasty scar on her left hip. But she in time she grew confidence, and she would kind of wear short shorts. I think people would call them booty shorts, but
right.
Yeah.
So what was she wearing when you last saw her?
Well, she was wearing her shorts, and she had a bar shirt on. The bar we own is called the Smoke Pit, so it would have said the Smoke Pit across it. And all, and she always had a gold ring, a gold ring that she wore. It had a red stone on it, and she would never take it off. She went to bed with it, showered with it, and everything. So
okay, all right. And what? So you own the bar, you run the bar. That's your job.
Well, we own it, and we own it. We're paying it off, obviously.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm the bartender, and she's the
front of house, sort of. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and I am sorry to ask this, Mr. O'Brien, but it is procedure. Have you and your wife had any issues lately?
Well, we'd hit a rocky ground lately. There's a lot of stress and all. I didn't want to, with the whole seltzer craze going on, I kind of wanted to keep it more of beer, more of an Irish feel, but she felt we were missing out on some money, and we were kind of getting in an argument about that. But I mean, nothing serious enough.
Just the standard kind of married couple sort of.
Right. Yeah. When you're running a business, some stress comes in.
Sure. Can you think of anything else that might help us today?
I've got a picture of her. If
yes, that'd be fantastic.
You can get out my wallet and I hold it up. I was like going, so what's the procedure? I mean, this is one of my favorite pictures of her. Do you make a copy of it?
Yeah, I can just there's actually like an old, like pretty banged up like copier like behind him. So he just sort of slicks it in that and presses a button, and it photocopies it, and he pulls it out and gives you the original, and he goes, right, I'll give this across to my my detectives, and we'll see if we can go from there. Thank you so much. One of my officers will be through soon to take you to view the body. I just have some paperwork that I need to fill out, and then I'll join you in the morgue. So I'll be with you in just a moment.
Okay.
And then he leaves the room.
Okay.
So after probably maybe 20 minutes or so, Julia, an officer comes through to your room. He is quite tall, probably about 6'1", 6'2". He's got dark features, long black hair, which is tied into a ponytail. And he sits down and goes, Officer Joe Kincaid, Miss Thomas, is it? Mrs. Thomas?
Yeah, I miss Thomas. Detective, I've come a very long way. Did you find my wife or not?
Yes. Look, I have to ask you a few questions, and then once we've done that, I can take you through to the morgue, and you can identify the body. Hopefully, obviously, we hope it's not your wife, but we need to be sure. I'm sure you understand. So first off, can you please confirm your wife's name, age, and occupation for me?
Bethany Thomas. She is same age as me, 31, and I am a lab assistant from Orlando, Florida.
Okay. And can you describe your wife's appearance for me? Go into as much detail as you can. It'll really help the case.
Sure, yeah. I mean, it's all in the police report, but I guess I can repeat it again. My wife, she's very unique looking. She's, only about 5'4", slight build. She works out all the time. In fact, the last time I saw her, she was wearing her workout clothes, yoga pants and a tank top. Shoulder length red hair. She's got green eyes. Tattoo of a robin on her right rib cage and a scar.
The bird.
Yeah, robin, the bird. Yeah. She never. Really
and there was a scar.
Yeah, and she has a scar on her left hip.
Okay. And what? And you're a lab assistant, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Forensics.
Okay. Forensics. All right. Now I do apologize for asking this, but it's obviously routine. Have you and your wife had any issues at all lately?
I mean, we have our problems like every couple does. I don't think it was anything out of the ordinary. We weren't trying to poison each other every morning, if you want to put it that way. But my parents never really fully accepted the relationship. And, as the years went by, I thought it was something I could handle, but it really starting to eat away at our relationship. But anyways, you don't want to hear all that. Our relationship was normal, no domestic violence, anything like that.
Well, that is good to hear. Is there anything else you can think of today that might help? Was there anything else that she might have had on her when she left?
Oh, yeah. She always had her gold ring with her, the gold ring with the red stone. I've included the pictures in all the other reports. I'm sure they can fax it to you. Ring. But it's a gold ring with a red stone. I've never had it properly appraised, but I was always told it was a ruby growing up.
Okay, right. And do you happen to have a photo of your wife on you at all?
Yeah, it's kind of important to me. So
that's right. I've got a photocopier just here. I'll literally scan it right in front of you. So he takes the photo, leans back, presses the button, and then gives you the original back. And he goes, right, thank you very much. One of my officers will be through soon to take you to view the body. I just have some paperwork to fill out, for the federal stuff, and then I'll join you in the morgue. It's just in the basement. So I'll be with you in just a few moments. So he gets up and leaves.
All right.
All right. So, Leo, you are sitting in this room by yourself. You've been waiting for about maybe 35 minutes at this point.
Yep.
And after officer comes in, he's quite tall, probably 6'1", 6'2", dark features, long black hair tied in a ponytail, and he says, so sorry, Mr. Schwartz, for your waiting. I'm Officer Joe Kincaid.
Good to meet you, Leo Schwartz. No worries, but of course I'm rather concerned. So
yes, of course. I do have a few questions for you, and then we'll proceed on, and we'll take you to view the body. So first off, Mr. Schwartz, could you please confirm your wife's name, age, and occupation for me?
Of course. Her name was Lysette.
Lysette?
Let's see here. She was a nurse, I think.
Okay.
She was 35. She would always wear this gold ring with a red stone. She never took it off. She had two tattoos. She had a tattoo of a robin on her right rib cage and a scar on her left hip. She had green eyes, red shoulder-length hair. Very beautiful. I think she was wearing blue jeans and a brown leather jacket maybe the last time I saw her. I can't quite remember.
Sure. And what do you do, Mr. Schwartz?
Oh, I'm an architect. I'm an architect.
Architect.
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Architect. All right. And I am sorry to have to ask this, but it is only routine. Have you and your wife had any issues at all lately?
Oh no, not at all. In fact, I have to admit, I'm getting towards the end of my career here, and my health isn't quite what it used to be. She does a rather good job taking care of me. I rather appreciate, like I said, she's a wonderful, she's a wonderful woman. She does a lot. So,
right. Is there anything else you can think of that might help at all today?
I'm trying to think here. Let's see here. I suppose I have a recent photo. If you don't have a one, I'm sure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes. I have a photocopier just here, so I can photocopy it and give it back to you. So
yes, thank you so much.
Takes it, presses the button, and gives you back your original. And he said, "Thank you so much. One of my officers will be soon to take you through to view the body. I just got some paperwork I need to fill out and things like that, and then I will join you down there. So they'll be with you in just a moment." So he gets up and leaves.
Understood. Thank you.
So Madeline, you have been waiting for probably kind of 40 minutes at this while, so it's been a little while. A officer finally walks in. He's quite tall. He's about 6'1", 6'2", dark features with black hair tied in a bun, and he looks quite exhausted and a bit flustered. And he goes, "I'm so sorry for the wait, Miss Bibeau. My name is Officer Joe Kincaid. I'm leading the case. So sorry for the wait." You're muted.
I understand, Detective Kincaid. The other people who've been waiting outside, do they have wives whose descriptions were like June's?
So some of them are here for the medical center. Some are part of the Navajo Nation. I don't know for sure, but yes, I think we may have one or two other people that might. Some of the descriptions kind of are a wide variety of people they match. So yes, it could. They could be here for that specifically. But yeah, sorry about that.
I see.
I do have a few questions for you before I take you through to view the body. Could you please confirm your wife's name, age, and occupation for me?
June took my name, so it's Bibeau also.
Mm-hmm.
And she's 35.
35, okay.
She's a bartender in New Orleans, where we live.
New Orleans, all right. And could you please describe your wife's appearance for me? Go into as much detail as you can. It really helped the case.
Certainly. June's a little bit taller than me, so 5'4" or so.
Okay.
She's fair with red hair and green eyes. Slender.
Mm-hmm.
Her hair's let's see, it's about down. Yeah, it's about as long as about reaches her shoulders.
Right there. Okay.
She does have a tattoo.
Okay.
It's a robin. It's under her breast on the right side.
Oh, the robin is in the bird?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Is there any other body things that might be interesting about her body that we might be able to pick out?
She has a scar on her hip.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Sort of on her left, right on her left hip bone.
Okay. Can you remember what she was wearing the last time you saw her?
She was in black and red.
Okay.
The skirt was black.
Uh-huh. All right, and
a red top, yeah.
And what exactly do you do for a living? Miss
I
Babo?
teach in public schools.
Oh,
I'm a history teacher.
history teacher. Excellent, excellent. Now, I am sorry to ask this, but please understand it is routine. Have you and your wife had any issues at all lately?
Nothing, nothing that I can imagine. Nothing out of the ordinary. And in fact, we were starting the process of adopting our first child. So we
Right.
were, in that regard, we were on pretty firm ground.
Mm. So, quite surprising then that it doesn't give reason of why she would run away.
I can't imagine her choosing to disappear
Right.
like this.
Right. Is there anything else she might have possibly had on her? A handbag, any jewelry?
She tended to carry a wallet more than a bag, and she wasn't always careful with that. She has a ring that she wears all the time. It's a gold ring
Okay.
with a red stone in it. It's not precious. It's just some sentimental thing.
That's pretty. It would stand out, something like that, though. A gold ring with a red stone. So that's good. Look, do you happen to have a photo of your wife on you at all?
Assume I can produce that immediately. Yeah, it's right here.
Awesome. So he actually has a photocopier just behind him. So he'll take the photo and press that, make a copy, and then give you back the original. He said, well, thank you so much, Ms. Babo. One of my officers will be through to get you in just a moment, and they're going to take you through to view the body.
Is she in very bad shape?
Unfortunately, it does look like possibly some animals might have got to the body. So it can be, but obviously you can take all the time you need when we take you through. I do have some paperwork to fill out, so I will be back through with you in a moment. The morgue is in the basement, so one of my officers will take you down there in just a moment.
I understand.
If you have any more questions, just let me or the other officer know, okay?
Thank you.
Mr. Stone, a gentleman comes into the room you've been waiting in. He's about 6'1", 6'2". He's got dark features, long black hair tied in a ponytail. You've been waiting for almost an hour. It's been a while, and he looks really flustered and just like exhausted. He goes, "I'm so sorry, Mr. Stone. It's a hectic night tonight. Officer Joe Kincaid, I'm leading the case for the missing persons here."
Right. You think you have my wife?
Possibly, sir. Obviously, we hope for your sake that it isn't. As I said, some of the descriptions match, not 100%, but which is why we need you to come confirm. But
Sure.
I do have a few questions for you before we take you through to the morgue. Is that all right?
Sure.
So, Mr. Stone, could you please confirm your wife's name, age, and occupation for me?
Well, yeah, Elise Stone. That's her name. She's 35.
All right.
What did she do for a living? I don't think I have that info. What did she do?
Just make it up.
Oh. She worked in retail.
Oh, right. Yeah, sure. Can you describe your wife's appearance for me? Go into as much detail as you can. It'll really help the case.
Well, red, short hair, shoulder length hair.
Mm-hmm.
5'4", green eyes. She had a tattoo of a robin on her rib cage.
Oh, the bird.
The little bird. Yeah, not the superhero. She also had a scar on her hip.
Okay.
On her right hip.
Okay. No worries. And what exactly do you do, Mr. Stone?
I'm an editor.
Oh, for like newspapers and stuff like that.
For a magazine, yeah.
Magazine, okay. Do you remember what your wife was wearing or what you might have had on her the last time you saw her?
The last time I saw her, she was in a green sundress.
Okay.
And she went out that day, and I thought maybe she was going shopping.
Okay.
but she never came back. I was pretty worried about it, but the police didn't really even listen to me for a couple of days. I don't think she left me. I mean, our marriage was fine.
Well, that leads into my next question, and I am sorry to have to ask this, but it is part of my job. Have you and your wife had any issues at all lately?
Just the usual stuff. Nothing big. You know, little fights about money and arguing, but not really, not like, you know, marriage ending stuff. We've been together for 8 years.
8 years, right? Okay. Can you think of?
She seemed a little anxious lately. I don't know what that was all about, but
interesting. Is there anything else you can think of at all? Like, did she have any jewelry or like?
She had a ring. She had a gold ring with a ruby on top of it.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't a big
that would stand
ruby.
out. All right.
Yeah.
That's still something that we can. All right. Do you happen to have a photo of your wife on you by any chance?
Sure. And I'd pull out the photo and show it.
Cool. So he has like a old beat up photocopying machine behind him. So he takes your photo and scans it, and then gives you the original back. And he says, "Right. Well, thank you so much for all that. One of my officers will be through in just a moment. He's going to take you down to the morgue. It's in the basement to view the body. I've just got some paperwork I need to fill out, and then I will join you. I must warn you that the body does look like it has been found by some wildlife, so it is in some fairly bad shape. So obviously take your time. We understand if you need a moment to deal with all that and so on and so forth. But I will be with you in just a moment."
Oh God, I hope
So
it's not her. I hope it's not her.
He gets up and after a few moments, everyone can. Yeah.
Except David's not looking at us.
Yeah.
There he goes.
Cool. So after a few moments of you guys waiting, it does take a little while. Officers occasionally come through and say that they'll take you through in just a moment. It's just pretty busy here tonight. After a while, an officer does come and collect you, and as you exit the room, you do realize that there is a few other officers that are further down the corridor on either end of you and stuff that are also bringing people out of the rooms. There's men, there's women. There's 5 of you in total. It's quite strange, and they all take you down some stairs. You go down as you walk past one of the levels of the stairs, you do see that there's an elevator, but it has an out of order side on it. Eventually, they take you down and they open these 2 big doors, and you're led in. And in there is a woman, Native American features, and she's wearing sort of like the kind of scrubs, the lab coat kind of type thing, and also standing next to her is Officer Kincaid. Off to the side on your left, as you first walk in, you can see the drawers that have got obviously where they keep the bodies. Just behind Officer Kincaid and this woman is a metal gurney with a sheet over the top of it, and you can obviously tell that there is a body underneath this. And then off to your right, there is another table which has a few items on the table. Can you all give me spot hiddens?
Sure.
You're 18.
Nice.
61, so that's a fail.
93.
Mine's a hard, so.
Fail.
63, normal fail.
Okay, so Ben, you kind of, as you come in, you're closest to the table that has the items on it. So you can see that on the table is a copper bowl, a wavy knife, like it's like a waved blade.
A Chris, okay.
And an old book. So once you all come in, the officers that brought you in will make their way back up the stairs, and you're all standing there looking at each other, and Officer Kincaid turns around and goes, thank you so much for waiting. Look, there's kind of no easy way to tell you this, but, well, all of you are here because your wife is missing. And, well, the description of your wife matches a body we've found. Now, this is quite unusual that the description matches so many people. We've never had this situation before. The other thing that's not making sense is every single one of you gave the exact same description. Red hair, green eyes, tattoo of a robin on the right rib cage.
That's impossible.
Scar on the left hip. And you all provided us with photos. And he hands out all of your photos. He holds them all out. And every single image is the exact same woman.
This is fucking bullshit. I'm out of here.
What? Is this some kind of joke? Is this some kind of joke to you? Or missing family?
Please, we are just as shocked as you. This is why we don't understand what is going on here. We need you to confirm whether or not this body is one of your wives. We're hoping that you gentlemen seeing the body will be able to ascertain who exactly she is. Because right now, this is not matching up. Either one of you is telling the truth and the rest of you are lying, trying to get help, the life insurance, or we don't know what is going on. So please, now I must warn you all, the body, we found it this morning. Last night, it seems to have been found by some wild animals. There is some damage to the body. But,
Well, wait, are you people all from New York?
No.
I'm from Seattle.
L.A.
From Florida.
Well, then it can't be the same person.
No,
well, exactly.
possibly.
That's what we're saying. It doesn't. All different parts of the country.
So just a weird coincidence?
Well, New Yorker, what's your wife's name? My wife's name's Lisa.
Elise.
My wife's name is Bethany.
Nothing like that.
My wife's name is Lizette.
Even if she were quintuplets or something, they couldn't all have the same tattoo and the same scar.
Wait a second.
We agree.
What's your wife's name? I'm pointing at Madeline.
June.
All the rest of us seem to have some form of Elizabeth.
Well,
That hardly seems relevant.
But it's another weird coincidence.
I'd like to see her.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just.
I'm about to leave. I'm about to get sick. Let me see the body.
Officer Kincaid sort of turns and nods to the woman who folds back the sheet to uncover the body. So, 1 second. Where is it? Okay, so half of her face has been eaten.
Oh, God.
Her lower left leg, right arm are missing. So I need sand check from all of you.
Yeah. Oh.
Barely passed.
pass.
Pass.
Oh.
Okay, so for a pass, it is a 1d4.
Wow.
Yeah, this is bad.
And if it is a fail, it is a 1d8.
I lost 4.
I lost 2.
I lost 4.
That's 3.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh God, the poor
But
woman.
does it look
Madeline,
like
Madeline, how many did you lose?
8.
Oh.
Okay, so you you just start bawling your eyes out. Can I get spot hiddens from all of you except Madeline?
I failed. I'm too shook up.
Yeah, I failed. I got a 40. I'm also
Failed.
too shook up.
Can I spend 1 point of luck to pass?
Yeah.
No, I don't do that.
Okay, so Ben, Julia, and Leo, you are all kind of too shaken up, and the kind of the missing arm and leg and the face are kind of you're kind of not really giving a chance to look at it really properly. But she definitely looks pretty like, if you had a proper look, she looks pretty similar. Jerry and Madeline, as soon as the sheet was pulled, you had no shadow of a doubt that this is your wife. same tattoo on the ribs, same scar on the left hip. But not only that, on the one remaining hand she has a gold ring with a red stone. You have no doubt in your mind that this is your wife.
Oh, Lisa, what are you doing here? I mean,
Why is that? Wait, no, this is my wife.
No,
This
no.
can't be real.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sure you think it looks like her, but this is my wife. I recognize the ring she had.
Oh, that's June's ring. She never takes a ring off.
Yeah,
She
that's
never
my
told me what it
grandmother's
was.
ring. That's my grandmother's ring. I don't know what the hell you all are talking about.
No.
No, what's the stone in it?
There's no way that she could have been leading a 5-way life all the way across the country.
No.
It's at this moment that another officer comes down, and he says, "It's like I'm sorry, Officer Kincaid. We need you upstairs, and we need Dr. Jones, the medical officer. We've got a situation upstairs." Dr. Kincaid sort of nods and goes, "If you don't mind, I'll leave you gentlemen here for just the moment. And ladies, we've just got to deal with. We're having a hectic night tonight for some reason, but look, perhaps I don't know if you can discuss between you her effects, what she had on her, just over there on the table. Perhaps you could have a look, and maybe you gentlemen can try and work out.
Are you the superior here?
Those are things that she had with her?
Those were what we found with her. Yes, that was what.
I've never seen those things before ever.
And so him and the medical officer, they walk back upstairs, leaving you all alone in the morgue.
I mean,
What the hell? She said she has effects. What are these? What is this?
A book and a bowl and a wavy crisp knife.
Does the book have a title?
How's the book?
Give me Latin check.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I can do that.
No.
And actually, Madeline can also give me an occult check.
Spanish.
Got it. 13. I think that's just a hard because I have 40. So yes, hard success.
I rolled a 5.
Nice.
Cool. So was that for your
That's
Latin
for-
or your occult?
That's for occult, so that's an extreme.
Okay. So this Leo, you pick up that the book is called How to Make Pacts with Demons. And Madeline, you also read that title, How to Make Pacts with Demons. And you know that this deals with, it's kind of a little bit New Orleans-y, a bit voodoo-y. You have heard tale of books like this talking of such things as the Crossroads Demons and things like that.
Well, while they're looking at that, I'm looking closer at the body. I would know my wife's own
Me
hands.
as well, because I'm a
Yeah.
forensics assistant.
Those of you looking at the body, this is
my wife.
A closer look. This is 100% your wife.
I
Same
would know her
dimples,
hands.
same everything. Yeah.
This is crazy. Ben, what do you do?
I'm a magazine editor.
Oh God,
I'm from New York. Where are you from?
I'm from Orlando. I can't believe this shit. This is fucking ridiculous.
There's no way.
Where did you meet your wife?
I met her in Central Park. She had lost her dog, and I found her dog for her and brought it back, and we got to talking. We went out for coffee, and we've been together for 8 years.
Yeah, see,
And there's no way she could be traveling across the country.
No.
She was
and
there every night.
Bethany hated dogs. Her and I, we met at Disney World. We were both working on the Jungle Cruise. Like, she's never even been to New York. This is absurd. This is absurd. I've known her for 8 years.
well,
I've known June for 10 years.
Yeah, I've been married for 10 years, so I would. So she's obviously my wife because she's been with me longer than all of you. So even if she left me for one of you,
Liza was my high school sweetheart, and we've been married 13 years, and I met her in high school.
All right, look, there's something X-Filesy going on here.
There is.
I'd almost
you
want
don't
to
believe
say
in that shit.
no,
do
but
you?
I'd almost say that what if she was like a clone, except that she's got the same jewelry
Listen,
and
whoever's
the same tattoo.
Look, whether this was my wife or not, something weird is going on here, and I don't know. This book it's one of those dumb books about demons and the kind of kid your edgy teenage children will get into. Crossroads. Just like it's about demons. It's like how to talk to demons. What kind of book is that?
Well, but look at it. It's got no ISBN number on it. You didn't get this at Barnes and Noble. This is a rare.
No, it's not.
And the
It's
knife?
the kind of thing it's the kind of thing my nephews would read for fun because they're edgy and they don't like school.
Looks like something from
Did your wife
Dungeons
have
and
the
Dragons.
tattoo in high school?
No,
What
she got it
is the
after.
book?
When did she get the tattoo?
Some sort of demon book.
Demon.
I guess as a quick aside, do I know when my wife got her tattoos? As a high school sweetheart?
Probably the year after you got married.
Okay. The year after we got married, of course, because we got married almost right out of high school. A couple years after.
Where was it done? Because it can't look exactly like this one.
It does. That's the
handwriting.
tattoo.
How old is your wife?
35.
Mine's
Mine is-
35.
Mine. Bethany is 31 years old, like me.
Yeah, see, and Lisa's 35, so
What does her surely she had ID on her. What does
You
the
have to
ID say?
ask the police
They
for
didn't-
this.
These are her things. There's a bowl. as
I've
well,
never
right?
seen this shit.
Oh, by
She's
the way,
reading
is-
books on demons? What
Has
is
she-
that all about?
Has she been stripped? Is she naked on the table?
Yes.
So she doesn't have on the green. Mine had on a green dress.
No.
June never.
Bethany
wore
had
green.
on her workout clothes. She had on her yoga pants.
She could never find a green that matched her eyes. She avoided it.
Right. The last thing I saw her, I saw Lisette wearing was blue jeans and a brown leather jacket.
We're talking about different people here.
Yeah, there's no way this could-
Look at the pictures we all brought in.
Are we on camera? Are we?
Is this some kind of this is some kind of game show? Okay,
Can you all give me,
haha.
I will.
Can you
sue
give
them.
me
Really, really
spot
bad
hiddens?
taste.
Yeah, spot hidden.
Spot hiddens. Yeah.
okay, spot.
66.
I
Not
passed.
good on spotting things tonight.
Hard.
I just barely passed.
I got a hard.
So those of you who passed, you do kind of notice, having a closer look, that the bowl seems to have some dried blood in the bottom of it, and the knife also has some dried blood.
Are there decorations on the knife?
Yeah, there's sort of curves and markings, and it definitely looks like a ritualistic looking blade.
Like
This is
something
blood.
like see, I recognize it. It's a Chris, because the Chris's have that wavy blade.
What? What is
Well,
it
it's
some
from-
kind
I
of
think it's from-
sacrificial blade?
I mean, I think that people who are into witchcraft, I don't know that much about witchcraft, but people who are into that, they want a cool looking.
Yeah, none of that's real.
blade.
I mean,
I don't know, none of
can't
it's
be
real, but if I was going to guess that somebody who was into that, this stuff is
All
there.
right, can all of you give me first off, give me an idea check.
I'd like to flip through the book to see if there's anything marked as well.
Okay, nobody
I
bothered
got
doing
an
the
extreme
ideas.
pass.
Cool. You guys all think to look through the book.
Well, we can't all do it, but I'll stand
yeah.
over here.
Yeah. So
I wasted
looking-
a 12 on that. God.
looking through the book, give me a since you got a 12, you guys got good rolls. I won't make you do the library's roll. You're reading through. It's all written. The entire thing is written in Latin, so it is very abundant that this is not like a child's book or something you pick up at the local library. Like, this paper is old.
Does it look hand printed?
Yeah,
Or-
no, it looks like it's been written by hand and everything like that. So, but in the margins of some of the pages, it looks like someone's written with like a ballpoint pen, and there's stuff like, he must be stopped. Contract must be renewed before midnight. He comes at midnight every midnight. until he gets what he wants.
And is it June's handwriting?
Yes.
Is it my wife's handwriting?
Yes. It's all your fucking wife's handwriting.
There's no way, but the only Latin Lisette knew was from church. I mean, why would she? I don't understand. This is devil worship. This is dark. This is dark.
All right, I don't know who you people are,
shit. Yeah.
but this is my wife. I don't know
This is
what
my wife's
you guys are all
handwriting in
pulling
this
on
book.
me.
I think we're all in that situation. I think, Ben.
Okay. Leo and Madeline, you look like you could actually translate this fucking book. What is going on in this book? Why would Bethany have this?
Well, I was wrong. This isn't kids stuff. But Madeline.
You know, it's a medieval text. I shudder to think what the binding's made out of.
Are you a librarian?
I teach history.
You seem to know a
I
lot
studied
about
Latin.
this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you think? Is it legit?
I can't imagine my June having the ability to read this or any interest in this sort of ugly business. And that's correct, Zane. She wasn't even a cult thing.
No.
I'd like to see if there's any indication on her remaining wrist of having been bound at some point, or are there any marks on her neck that suggest that?
It doesn't look like there's any marks on her. Like there's no like binding marks or anything like that. But you can see that on one of her fingers, there's a cut.
The blood is self.
Yeah, it looks like she's cut one of her fingers to.
What the page that's marked? What ritual is it saying? Or what is it talking about? Is it talking about somehow becoming 5 different people, or?
Shall I try a Latin roll?
Yeah, give me a Latin roll.
I'm just trying. None of this makes sense because I can't be convinced that this is your wife. I can only convince myself it's my wife.
No, I think we're in the same boat there, Ben, because I'm positive it's Lisa, but I'm starting to believe
38's a normal success, not far from a hard success.
And my wife wasn't a lesbian. I mean, no offense.
You know.
And my wife wasn't straight.
So I don't see how it could be the same person.
So reading the Latin, it's the handwriting's obviously not great for it and everything like that, but from best you can tell, this passage is about making a pact with the demon of pleasure, and it requires a blood offering at midnight, where 4 corners meet.
Where 4 corners meet.
The 4 corners of New Mexico. It's right there.
Arizona, New Mexico.
Colorado, Utah, New Mexico.
Yeah, but that wouldn't make any sense that this book would reference 4 corners. I mean,
Could be anything.
There was no 4 corners if this book's as old as she indicates. At least there was no United States.
Right.
It's arbitrary.
This book is worth more than our car, by the way, which she didn't take when she disappeared.
Except that she wrote ballpoint pen in it, which might wreck its provenance. But who cares? I want to know what the fuck's going on.
So, you said she was missing 2 limbs, right? Or
Yeah,
arm?
one. It's her.
Animals must have gotten to her.
Because the coyotes got to the body.
Okay,
Her face, right, and one of her arms.
Left leg and right arm. I'm missing.
Left leg and right arm, and I think you already answered it because I was going to say, did it look like it was cut off or kind of gnawed off or
Gnawed? Yeah,
Okay,
it looks like
right.
the officer said that some wild animals, possibly coyotes, got to the body in the night.
And June is right-handed, so if she were going to use the knife to cut her finger, she would cut her left hand, which is where it's cut.
Mm-hmm.
But
so was she trying to call up a demon?
And again, it says it's a demon of pleasure, which seems like an awfully base and trivial thing to keep secret from me or from any of you.
I mean, yeah, if she had her kinks. I wasn't aware of any kinks.
I mean, the lies that I know would never do something like this, but it matches the pics,
Cool. So all of you are going to give me sanity checks now, because I think you've all pretty much started to click that this one person had a lot of different lives.
I passed.
Okay.
I just barely passed.
A pass is a 1d3, and a fail is a 1d6.
Ugh.
I rolled an 88, and I'm already 8 down, so...
I lost 6.
Took 3 more.
I lost 6 on that one.
Okay, so Madeline, you already kind of were pretty shaken up, so you're just going to have another bout of like intense crying, because none of this makes sense. Did anyone lose 6 or 5 or more?
I did. Jerry did.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you're going to pretty much follow suit a little bit. You're different. You're just starting to get angry. You're starting to you think this is all a big joke, and what the detective said before about how people are just trying to get on the life insurance. You think that the rest of the people here are just trying to get off your your wife's happiness and all that sort of stuff like that. So that's what you're kind of coming to the belief now.
Right. I mean, this. I gotta agree. This is complete bullshit. Liza had to be fingerprinted to get her liquor license. So when they fingerprint it, we're going to see that it's my wife, not yours, and my insurance is going to come through and pay this off. And if you want that damn book, you can have that damn book and sell it since it's worth so goddamn much. It's bullshit. I flip the bowl over.
It's at that point, as he flips the bowl over, that Ben, your watch beeps, letting you know that it is midnight. Can I get listen checks from all of you?
Okay.
Street.
Ooh, 05.
I failed.
Not only do I hear the beep, well, you got an 05 too.
I got a 3.
Regular.
Silent after the bowl is
So when Jerry hit the bowl, he kind of hit it in the direction of Leo. So Leo ducked to miss the bowl. So he wasn't paying attention. But the rest of you, almost instantaneously after Ben's watch goes beep, you start hearing screaming coming from upstairs. And after a little while after that, you hear gunshots.
Oh, fuck.
Yelling.
Oh.
The books, what June wrote in the book is that he comes at midnight.
God.
He comes at midnight. Like,
Boo!
Pleasure demon? Your pleasure demon bullshit?
For God's sake.
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Don't go upstairs. What are you doing?
No, active shooter.
There's an exit. There's an exit nearby. We need to figure out the exit out of here. That is the first priority.
As Julia steps towards the door, Officer Kincaid basically falls through the door, and his abdomen has been ripped open, and he's trying to pull his intestines and things and he's trying to push them back in, and sort of reaching out to you, screaming for help, and he's going,
oh my God!
And then he slumps to the ground. As the door swung open, you heard more screaming and yelling, and some of you even thought you heard laughter. Give me idea checks, all of you.
22.
000. I have no idea.
Oh, geez.
Extreme.
Okay.
I got an extreme.
I got
Regular.
All right. So, Jerry, you, for some reason, are trying to... You kind of just... Your first aid experience from the bar kicks in, and you're just... I'm going to save this guy, and you got to try and save Officer Kincaid, which... Putting all this stuff back in. Leo, Juliet, Madeline, did you pass?
No.
No? Ben?
No.
I passed.
Okay, so Leo, Ben, and Julia, you will have the same idea at the same second. You don't know... You think this is all crazy, but you think possibly there's something in the book about stopping this.
holy shit, and I'm trying to get the blood off of me. Madeline,
Yeah.
you have to snap out of it, and like I'm trying to like get her attention because she's been crying. And
I don't even know who you are.
And if Julia's doing that, I'll start flipping through the book myself, trying to, I don't have a cult or anything, but I've got 40 in Latin, so I'll try to read through until we get Madeline back.
Madeline, we need you to read the book.
Are there like cabinets in this room?
Yeah, there's some over like behind the table that has the stuff on it.
I'm gonna move over to the cabinets and open them, and if there's room, I'm climbing inside.
There's cadaver drawers.
Yeah, I don't want to get in one of those. That's bad luck.
As Julia is shaking Madeline, and Ben, as you're trying to sort of look for a way, both of you look. Julia, you're looking at Madeline, and all of a sudden, Madeline's face just goes white, and there's a look of shock on her face. And Ben, as you're looking back, you clock at it as well. The body on the table has started to sit up.
Okay, I'm getting the fuck in this cabinet and closing the door. And
God, oh my God,
fucking terrified.
Should I make a Latin roll as I flip through, or
Yes, sure, Latin roll.
I also lost the sanity roll.
Ben, is there any bandage? I almost got all his guts back inside of him.
So Madeline and Ben, you guys can see that the body finally sits up and it sort of like looks around the room, and there's a scared look on its face. And it goes, Madeline? Leo?
June, baby.
Jerry? Juliet? Ben!
Bethany.
June, what have you done?
I got a 59. Can I spend the 19 luck to make it a pass?
Yes, you can.
All right, I will. I will. I'm going to 40 luck. I'm spending.
Okay, sweet. So you go to the page and you start reading through and things like that. You're ignoring what's going on. You're just trying to focus. The rest of you are all going to have sanity checks because your wife's just sat up. Okay, so
the others.
I'm already in the midst of trying to get the hell away and hide in a box.
Oh,
I missed my sanity roll.
Okay,
pass.
If you pass, it is going to be a 1d6. If it's a fail, it's a 1d10.
Jeez, yeah, four
Once
more.
again, I'm looking all over the place for a 10-sided dice.
That's another 5 for me.
That's a 6 for me.
Okay, so those of you who got 5 or over, definitely Madeline, because you're having massive issue. Jerry, how did you do?
I lost 4. I passed, but then the 1d6 lost 4.
Okay. So, Jerry, you are just going to go over and just try and hug your wife, and you're covered in the blood of the officer and everything, but you're just trying to hug her, and you're actively going to try and keep the others away from your wife.
That's
like if they try and go near her, you're going to take a swing at them. You're not letting them touch her. Madeline, you are just in like pure shock. You've just kind of gone into a bit of a catatonic state. You're just completely like drool and tears and just like you have no idea what's going on. Ben, you're just sort of like you're starting to hyperventilate. Like you're really struggling to breathe. So you're actually going to take 2 points of damage because you're like from an asthmatic attack, panic attack.
I'll pass out too if I keep that up for more than a few rounds.
Yeah, exactly. Julia, how did you do for your sanity?
I lost 4.
Okay, so you're okay.
Real
so Leo, Leo, you find that there seems to be some sort of spell. It is in Latin, but you need to, like, if you say it, you think it's saying this is how to stop the demon from happening and stuff like that. So, do you want to start doing that?
At this point, yeah. I mean, I have no idea what's going on, but if I think this is going to get rid of it, then that's what I should do.
Okay, so what you're going to do? All right, you're going to do a power roll.
Okay.
As you're starting doing that, the doors smash open, and a very handsome man with slicked black hair, completely black eyes, blood dripping from his face. His mouth is like overextended as there's just fangs. He wears like a black leather suit with a white shirt that is just drenched in blood. And he walks in, he's wearing cowboy boots with like chains on the back of them. And where he steps seems to kind of like scorch the ground. And he walks in and he smiles and he goes, how are we?
I got an 11, which is an extreme. Sorry. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so he's going to do an opposed roll against you.
I'm just like...
And you beat him, so that's the first pass. Yep. All of you that are looking, Ben, you're in the closet, so you're not going to see it. But everyone else seeing the demon, give me sanity check.
Yeah.
Jeez. Fail.
I got back. I got 48, so I passed. I'm too busy spelling.
Okay, on a fail, it's a 1d6 plus 1. On a pass, it is 2.
2, got it. 53.
I lost 6.
Plus 7.
Do I lose any magic points or anything for the spell?
No, you're good. Okay, so Jerry, what did you get?
I failed and I lost 5.
Okay. So yeah, you're just going to go into a blind rage, and now you're not even going to wait for people to start getting close. You're just going to start swinging, and just trying to you're actually going to try and go for the knife that's on the table.
Yeah, I was going to say, is that knife within arm's reach?
Yeah. And if you're going to go for that knife, the closest person to you is Leo, because he's standing at the table reading the book.
But I'm not going for his wife.
Madeline, you failed?
I am down to 29 sand from 50. 20 minutes.
Okay, so same sort of thing, but we've got the other battered issue with you, is that I'm pretty sure you have a firearm.
I do.
So yeah, you're going to start
And a police station?
getting a little bit trigger happy. Julia, how did you do?
I lost 6.
Okay.
My first hard fail.
You are... So yeah, you're just going to go into kind of a you're going to try and run for the door. You're just going to try and run past the demon and just get out. You're just like, nobody, not even your wife, is worth this shit. Like, you're like, you know what? Maybe this is someone else's wife.
Yeah. At this point, I'm holding out hope. My Bethany is somewhere else, and this is some fucking weird ass fantasy.
Ben, give me another con check. Let's see if you are still having your panic attack.
I failed my con check.
Okay, so take another 2 points.
All right. Of damage, physical damage?
Yeah.
All right.
See.
Yeah.
And then give me a POW. Just to
I'm
see.
trying.
Give me another con to see if you stay awake.
I passed my POW,
Okay.
and I passed my second con.
Okay, so you're still having a panic attack, but you're managing to stay conscious.
I'm trying to find a way, if there's a way I can wire the things from the inside so that it can't be opened.
Yeah, sure. Give me a luck roll.
32. Yeah, that passes my luck.
Okay, so you actually take your tie off and you start wrapping it around the kind of the thing, and you're just pulling it as tight and you're looping it over so it's going to be strong. Over all this, the woman on the table, your wife, is just screaming. She's saying, "You've got to do the spell! You've got to do the spell! You've got to save me!"
On it.
Shut up, Liza! God damn it, shut up!
So this is what we're going to do first. Julia, give me a dex roll. The creature is going to try and grab you.
Oh, that's a hard fail.
He got a
95.
13. Okay, he got a 13. So as you get close, he rips open his jacket, and you just saw a massive mourning mouth that's just got bits of flesh hanging off it and things. And he sort of pounces at you, and your arm gets gripped in the maw, and it just chomps down. So you are going to take 6 points of damage. Is that a major wound?
That's half of my hit points. Is that immediate
Okay,
wounds?
so
Yeah,
you're going to give me a con check to see if you stay conscious.
all right. I failed that.
Okay, so you pass out from the pain, and you're just like on the floor, just like blood spurting out of your arm, and the creature gives another. Okay, next one we're going to do. Let's do Leo, your second POW.
Sure.
Opposed against the creature. He is preoccupied, so I'm going to give him a negative dice. Okay.
All right. I got a 73. I got a 73.
Okay, what's your POW?
60, so I failed.
Cool. You can spend luck if you've got it.
You know what? Sure, I'll spend 13 more luck. We'll go 27 luck. Yeah, make that pass, regular pass.
All right, so that makes you just beat him. So you're going there. Now, let's go with Jerry. Jerry, you've picked up your blade.
Got my blade.
You're going to be taking a swing.
All right, so I'm gonna. If Leo's in the way, I'm gonna kind of just bop him in the head with the back of with the knife hand, and go, "Get the fuck out of the way, adulterer!"
Okay, Leo, do you want to fight back or do you want to dodge? Either way, it is going to disturb your thing.
Oof.
You can try and take the hit, I guess, if you want.
No, yeah, I'll just take the hit. I'm too busy spelling.
Okay,
Too busy
cool.
spelling.
So, Jerry, roll me a fighting brawl.
Famous last words.
Oh, fail.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, you're just like, you've got blood all over you from the officer and tears, so you just kind of take a swing and you just completely miss because your wife actually behind you sort of sees what you're about to do and actually pushes you out of the way, so it kind of knocks you off balance a little bit. Madeline, you just go trigger happy. So closest to you is going to be, lucky for you, it's the creature. So you are going to fire at the creature. He is going to attempt to... He can't dodge, so he's just going to try and fight back, I guess.
What did you do to June? I rolled an 8.
Nice. Is that extreme?
I'm crazy, yeah. I'm crazy, but I'm on the ball. Yeah, extreme
Okay.
12.
So that is going to be max damage on your... you got a Beretta?
That's correct.
So it's a 1d10?
It's not on here, but I believe you.
It is a
1d10.
Yeah, I didn't put. Yeah, one.
It's a pale, yeah?
I rolled a 5, so
So 15, right? Or whatever. Yeah.
hopefully right in that evil mouth. That evil mouth.
So you shoot the demon as it's preoccupied with Julia, and it sort of stumbles back because you got it in the side of the head, and it sort of stumbles back and then shakes its head a little bit. And he spits the bullet out. But you've definitely kind of slowed it, and it's kind of like a bit dazed and a bit shaken from the whole thing.
That's satisfying.
Okay. So now, Ben, did you want to do anything else?
I'm praying to Jesus to save us all.
Cool.
And if that thing opens up these doors, I'm going to attack it with Jesus.
Okay. Give me a power roll.
Okay.
Let's see if praying helps.
Oh. I got a 1.
I mean, when you're being attacked by Satan,
Wow.
what?
Okay, so yeah.
Christianity is the answer.
So you go. It actually calms you down completely, enough so that you actually pull the cross from your chest, and you unravel the tie and kick open the door, and you hold the cross out, and you pull out your Glock.
And I have a Glock? I have a Glock. Jesus Christ. How did we all get into the police station with our weapons?
It's New Mexico.
This is the Navajo. Yeah, New Mexico.
Oh, that's right.
To be fair, yeah,
I've also
we have
said
very
you both
lax
got-
gun laws here. Yeah.
You both got permits.
I hold out my cross and I pull out my Glock and I go, "Be gone, demon, in the name of Jesus!" And I
You
fire.
know what? Just for the fun of it, I'm gonna see if this does anything. I got 100. Yeah, that's gonna do something.
My one, your 100.
You know what? Yeah, because you rolled such a good roll, I'm gonna say that your firearm does max damage plus roll. And I'm going to let you roll twice. So you're going to do max damage, roll damage, and then roll damage. Because you had the power of the prayer Christ compels you.
No. Did a total of 5 points.
So
On your
15.
2 rolls.
So
All right,
15, yeah.
That's 2 rolls.
Right, so
Okay,
15.
so
yeah.
15 points of damage. So yeah, you shoot him in the chest, and it's just above his heart. And he sort of lets out a ah! Because you can see the bullet, but it's steaming.
Right.
The bullet seems to be steaming as it hits him, and he sort of stumbles back.
Has he stumbled back away from the door?
Like he's stumbling like back against the door.
Oh, damn it.
Julia, give me a con check. Let's see if you're bleeding out.
I was going to run out the door and say, "Jesus loves you, everybody."
I did pass my con check, yes.
Okay, so you're okay enough that you're not bleeding out, but you're still unconscious.
Okay.
Let's go with Leo. Another power check.
All right. I think I'm going to use some of the last of my luck to make that a pass.
Okay, is it a regular?
Just a regular pass.
Okay. Are you happy with the regular?
I am at 10 luck, so I better be.
Okay, he got a hard pass. So
Well then.
yeah. So he sort of throws like a bit of energy or something gets kind of thrown towards you, and you start hearing screaming and an untold language starts whispering and through your head as you're kind of fighting to try and focus on this text. And from behind you, you can hear your wife just going, Leo, just try focus. Just keep reading.
I will.
Ben, Madeline, Gary, fight, shoot it, attack it. Jerry, give me a power check. Let's see if you can come focused enough that you'll kind of just focus on the.
Fail.
Okay, so yeah, no, you're still focused on Leo, who's the closest to you.
Yeah.
So roll me, Leo. What do you want to do? Dodge.
Yeah, I think I'll dodge.
Remember,
this time.
it's going to interrupt your ritual a bit.
No, I'm letting it happen. I'm too busy holding my head and trying to read.
Okay.
I don't even see him.
God, come on, miss.
Okay. So yet again, Madeline sees you kind of go to swing for Leo's throat, and she throws herself off the table to jump on your back, Jerry. With her one arm, she's kind of clinging on, and with the stump of the other arm, she's trying to whack you in the head.
Get that stump out of my ear.
Madeline, again, you're closest to the creature, so you've got one more round of your trying to shoot it.
Absolutely.
Unless you want to continue shooting it after that.
19 is a hard success.
Okay, so yeah, you managed to get it almost exactly where Ben shot. And so it lets out a and this like kind of black mist sort of starts to kind of emerge out of its mouth, and it kind of starts to head towards Madeline and then it kind of and it sucks the energy back in. You could almost swear when that mist was coming out, though, you could hear voices, like really distant voices coming from the mist for some reason. Ben, what do you want to do?
Okay, I got the cross in front of my thumb.
Yeah.
And my gun, and I'm moving towards it, and I'm going, Go back to hell where you belong, demon. And I fire another time, like right into its face.
Okay, give me a firearm.
It's 30. I that's a regular hit.
Okay, are you happy with a regular?
Well, I would have to go 30, 22. I'd have to go with 8. I'll spend 8 points of luck and get a hard.
Okay, so that means you are. It's an even, but you're the aggressor, so you win. So you can roll damage. Was that an extreme on the firearm? No, you haven't rolled damage.
6.
6. Okay, so yeah, you sort of hit it in its shoulder because it sort of dodges a little bit, although when it sees you're aiming for the head, and it hits the shoulder, it goes, I'm starting to get impatient with you. And then he's just going to kind of lean back and open his mouth and his chest mouth as well. And the red energy is just going to come out towards Ben. So, Ben, what do you want to do?
I'm going to dodge or fight back? I'm going to block it with Jesus.
Okay, let's say that's a
dodge. I'll do a dodge.
Yeah, let's call that a dodge.
Creative dodge. A creative dodge.
It's dodge. No, that didn't pass. I'm standing my ground with Jesus.
You both failed because he got a 98. So let's okay, let's go with Madeline. Madeline, give me a luck roll.
I rolled a 6.
Cool. So the blow that the creature was sending out towards Ben actually started heading towards your way, and you had enough peace of mind to just lie flat. You just went completely flat on the ground. So it went over the top of your head. So Jerry, give me a luck roll.
You're all going to convert by the end of this.
Is a 100? Is that good?
Okay. Let me do
That's your second 100.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so your poor wife sort of sees this coming, and she lets go from off your back and hits the ground. That's as right. The red energy mist hits you in the chest, and you will watch as he sort of stumbles and stands there for a few seconds, and then engulfs in flame. You were going to take 9 points of damage.
Oh my God, I'm burning! That is a major wound. Needless to say.
So give me a con check.
Oh, come on, 7-3. What is my con? No, that's a fail.
Okay, so yeah, you struggle for a few moments, and then you just pass out from the immense pain and everything, and you're just engulfed in flame, but the flames start to burn down a little bit, so that it's not like you guys have got an inferno, and it doesn't seem to be lighting any of the other room on fire. It's like it's not a red or an orange flame. It's like a really strange kind of black, grayish flame that seems to have engulfed him. It's really strange.
Hellfire.
Cool. So now we've got that. Madeline, you're on the ground. So is your wife. Julia, give me one last con check. Let's see if you're...
Yay, that was a extreme success.
Okay, so yeah, you for some reason you're a strong lady. So even though you're on, you seem to be holding on there pretty well. For some reason.
Okay.
You even sort of come through a little bit, and you kind of see a little bit what's going on, and enough to kind of Ben's not standing too far from you, and you sort of reach out your one good hand, and you just kind of whisper the words "help." Okay, so we've got Jerry's Leo Pouchy.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. All right, 19. That's a hard.
Okay, yep.
All right.
You beat him. So as Leo starts to yell out, the last phrase of this thing over the top of the yelling and screaming in his head that is going on.
Kurnum kidum watum, Victorum.
Litera multum ile yectaris ectatus et alto. The creature screams as all this kind of energy and this black ichor and stuff comes out of its chest and out of its mouth. All these screaming voices and all these ghostly faces start to spin around the room. They pick up Jerry and stuff, and then he kind of gets engulfed back inside the creature. Julia is sort of holding on, and she's reaching out to Ben. So Ben, give me a dex check.
Oh, dex. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, it just passed.
Cool. So you manage to reach out and you grasp Julia's hand. So and you're kind of managing to kind of hold her back from being sucked in. Madeline, you throw your body over your wife to try and kind of hold her in. You can see that the ring on her finger is glowing. It's starting to kind of glow and pulsate. You can almost feel a bit of a heat coming off it. This happens all for a few moments. Leo, you're standing in the middle of this. It's like a tornado is all coming around. But it's for you, after you finish saying it, it was like everything went deathly silent. It's like in the eye of the hurricane, it's just quiet for just a moment. And you're just sort of like looking around at the pure shock. All of you that are still alive, obviously not Jerry, give me sanity checks.
Yeah. There we go. There's the 100. there's the double mark of the Necronomicon.
I got an 01 again.
So I have to take max, I believe.
Yeah, you'll be taking the max.
Yeah.
Which is going to be 10.
Oh, geez. Okay, I'm at 43, and I'm going cuckoo.
If you pass, that's 1.
But I got an 01.
Yeah.
I'm not
got an
afraid.
01? Yeah, if
I'm
you
not
got an 01,
afraid.
you got the power across with you, sir. So,
And
yeah,
what's the fail cost me?
1d10.
Obviously, this did it, not the spell that you were doing.
It's combined effort.
In fact, what I'm trying to do is walk forward and touch him with the cross. Because I'm convinced that's what's doing it.
Cool. So after a while, there's just sort of like you all pass out from the shock of what's going on. It all kind of just sort of fades. You all wake up and you can hear kind of like a beeping sound going on, and you can feel yourself moving. And as you come to, you can hear someone saying, thank God you're still with us. God, it was carnage back there. What the hell happened? God damn it. You know what? You're lucky we found you when you did. You're in pretty bad nick. And you kind of come to a bit, and you can see that you're in an ambulance. There's someone seems to be like in a ambulance uniform and stuff like that. And kind of like cool. And they pull the oxygen mask off your face, and they're just checking your vitals. And you're feeling okay? You're feeling woozy at all? Look, we're not too far from one of the proper hospitals. It's all hell broke loose down at the Navajo Nation. We got some calls, and we came as soon as we could. God. Anyway, there's someone here who probably wants to talk to you. And he sort of leans back, and sitting there, both limbs exactly the way you remember her when you left, sits your wife, and she's looking at you, and she says, I guess we need to talk. And that is the end of the scenario.
Damn straight!
Poor Jerry.
Evil whore.
I can't. That was amazing. That was
I shoot her because I won't suffer a witch to.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm right here, but if I'm right, if that was the man dressed in black, I mean, that's what you get for aligning yourself with the Satan mythos, is that somebody pulls out a cross and it works.
That's right.
I honestly thought I was doomed once I did that, but
More morphine, please.
Yeah, you're still missing an arm.
Yeah. You don't understand. I had to banish a dark presence. Oh man.
So, any questions? Any
wasn't-
questions?
Wasn't a very long episode, but it was a good one.
We only have until midnight, so I
All right.
hope that EMTs picked up that damn book.
Any
Tell
questions?
us what happened. What's
Okay.
going on?
So, the woman who you all know as your wife, her real name is Elizabeth,
Mm-hmm.
which Ben picked up on. She decided that she heard about this book when she was in school. She legitimately went to school with Leo, but she didn't use her... she was adopted. So her real name was Elizabeth, but her adoptive parents gave her a different name, which was... Your wife's name was Lisette?
Lizette, yeah.
Yeah, Lisette. So they called her Lisette. So she legitimately went to school with Leo, but she decided that because she'd had such a hard upbringing and her real parents had been kind of left her and that sort of stuff, that she felt she deserved a happy life. And she found this old book in this weird store in her hometown. And the shopkeeper, she kind of went in and said, "Oh, do you have anything that can, make sure I have a happy life?" And they sort of chuckled and gave her this book free of charge. And she had to go to the four corners of the United States. And she had to do this ritual. And she had to give her blood up and make a pact with the demon of pleasure. Now, when she got there, the demon of pleasure arrived and everything. And he was happy to make the contract. But her wording was the issue. Her wording was... I want to be as happy as 4 lives together. And so the creature quite literally split her into 5 people. So there was the 4 copies and the 1 original.
Wow.
So then she went off and decided, and all the minds were connected. So she knew everything that was happy to Madeline, everything that was happened to Jerry, Julia. So she was able to, when she got the tattoo of the robin, she thought it would be safer if they all looked the same. So they would all send each other photos of the same haircut, the same tattoo.
Right.
She actually got the scar on her hip when she was with Jerry. And so she had to send the scar to the others, and they had to self-mutilate themselves to get the matching scar on their hip. Her original body went to New Orleans. So her original body was the one that went off to New Orleans to grow up there. So that's why New Orleans wasn't part of the 4 corner setup.
Right.
That's why I have the real wife. So to hell with all you guys.
Yeah, but she did go to school with me though. So
Yeah.
And she left.
So this whore was sleeping with 5 men all at the same time.
No, not 5 women. 3 men and 2 women.
3 men and 2 women. She was seeing it all.
Yeah.
And whores do it because they get paid. she just wanted fun.
But then obviously she realized that she loved all of you too much, that she wanted to extend the contract because it was starting to come up. So she went back to try and convince the demon to extend the contract, and he said no. So he killed her in that moment, but he had to come back for the ring. So he used all of his power to bring her back, all of the bodies, because all the bodies had to leave to be together. So he forced it all back into one form, and then that took all his power. So she died. The coyotes got to her and damaged her. But then at midnight that night, she rose back up, and the creature or the demon came for her. Now, the creature itself isn't actually described as the Man in Black. He's meant to be he's meant to look like a man, but he's completely skinned. And he does have the morning chest wound. But I just liked the idea of the Crossroads demon and kind of making it a bit more,
That was badass, yeah. Where he walks in with the black cowboy get up and it's the boots and that's all. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Randall Flagg.
That's what I thought too.
Otherwise known as Nayar Lathatep.
Yep.
Indeed.
Well, that's who gave her the book.
Okay, so
The
it was a
book-
mask. It was a mask.
The bookseller,
okay.
the bookseller that gave her the book was not a
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
He's like, I can play with this. I can have some fun. So there were a slight few hiccups. I think, Ben, you mixed up the side of the scar. It was on the left hip. Julia, you didn't obviously get my message. She was 35 across the board. But other than that, like in your guys' interviews, you guys were like describing the exact same woman.
That's great.
It was hilarious. I was just like, people watching this are just going to be like, it's just the same thing 5 times in a row. Like,
you're like, what? I can't wait to watch that part back. But
I kind of figured, like, I wasn't sure if you guys would guess or not that she was going to have the exact same things, but it was still fun.
I assumed that there were, 5 or more bodies found in the desert.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. That we were that our wives were all part of some witch coven or something.
That's what I was wondering. It's like, all 5 women, or 5 women all together in one sort of missing persons thing, and then nope.
Yeah,
that was great.
Yeah, I think that the confusing mystery of that opened up a degree of just open role play that we don't see as often as I'd like. So that's really good.
Yeah, I love.
Let me go ahead and finish up. Our players included John Dos Passos, David Gasway, Troy Wheeldryer, Keith Craig, and myself, with Zane Fleming as the keeper of the secrets. We're currently producing up to 4 shows a week with music and sound effects added in post-production in order to create a richer listener experience. We provide audio-only versions of our shows free for you to download from Podbean or iTunes. The costs involved with the show are provided almost entirely by our patrons. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. If you'd like to help support our show, please visit our Patreon account. Just $1 a month helps us a lot. You can find a link in the description below. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and punch the bell icon for updates on our latest shows. And leave us some comments. We enjoy reading them and answer any questions you might have. This is Tom Rayleigh, together with all the members of our gaming club, inviting you to journey with us once again into the darkness for another adventure into the universe of H.P. Lovecraft and the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game. Until next time, good luck and good gaming.